All right, let's jump into Reword and actually show you how to write an article. All right, so what I'm going to do is just go to new draft over here. And what is your article's objective? So this is going to be a test of writing an article, doing a lot of work using artificial intelligence, but using facts to write our article, and then also using our brand voice that we've already had Reword trained on. So what we're going to do is do a review on AppSumo on my website. And I have not done a video review on SalesBlink, so this is not going to be based on my own review, but we have a lot of knowledge right here about what the product actually is and does. I've also gone out and grabbed some more information across the internet to grab sources and so forth about the tool. And I've already uploaded them to a PDF. I'm not going to have you sit through watching me do that, but we have all this information gathered right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, we know that this is SalesBlink. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this. So we'll go back over to Reword real quick and we'll put in here and we'll say SalesBlink review. Be descriptive. The more detailed your objective, the more intelligent your copywriter will be. So what is your article's objective? So I'm going to go ahead and say, actually, before doing this part, because I haven't even done this really before this style, I'm going to leave it at this, right? So we're just going to put this in. And you can say, I'm feeling lucky, and it might just go straight out there and just allow you to go and write the article. But of course, we're going to go with the standard continue to search intents. So I'm going to click on that real quick. So add up to 5 search intents that you're aiming to satisfy within the article. So we get to choose this. SalesLink cold outreach software review. Absolutely. So we already have that. SalesBlink effective for cold outreach. Pros and cons of using that. What else? Maybe the search, the intent. Maybe we want to talk about the lifetime deal pricing on AppSumo. Actually, it's really good. I'm just going to leave it with the 4 because the magic behind using Reword is that we get to add a bunch more of this while we're writing our article. So we'll stick with that. And then we'll say continue to research. Boom. So we have live research where it's going to go out there and do the research for us. But I don't want to do that because this is what makes Reword so good. We can control where we're getting the information from. Now, if you go over here and you search a SalesBlink review on the internet, you're going to see like SalesBlink reviews. You're just going to get a ton of reviews that are on G2 with very little amount of information about the tool. And it's not going to include anybody's real full in-depth review of the tool. So even though they're ranked number 1, it's really just because of the authority of the website. They're not really offering any true value to a customer other than them just reading a bunch of 5-star reviews in a nutshell. And so I want to try to mimic what I'm doing by creating videos. Now I would go and maybe get the transcript from this old video over here, but it's just a little too old, right? So I'm not going to use that video right there, but we start coming over here. We get Trustpilot. Doesn't look so good for the tool. Capterra. Again, we're not seeing any really good articles, but if you find a blog that is like right over here, I don't even want it to say reviews. I want it to say SalesBlink review, like an authentic software reviewer like myself that actually reviewed the tool. And I'm not really seeing that in the first 20 or 30, possibly this one right over here, but I'm not really seeing that. I'm not going to show which video that I create that I'm using, but I went and grabbed a recent video review of the software that is going to be factually based on someone diving into the tool and so forth. So we're going to grab that. We have that uploaded as a PDF, and then I added my own stuff in there as well, just based on looking at everything and what I think that the tool, like the rating and so forth. So now we'll go back into Reword. And so that's why I'm going to choose manual research, and I'm going to say start writing your draft. But this is what makes Reword different than all the other article writers that you've seen. It's not going to write our article for us. This is a hands-on approach way to write content using the help of AI, but we have to do the writing ourselves. So unlocking sales success, an in-depth, honest review of SalesBlink cold outreach. So really, I'm just going to say right over here, we're going to take that part out. We're going to say SalesBlink review, and then an in-depth and honest, and then I'm actually going to just say, so an in-depth and honest review of this cold outreach software, some cold email outreach software, something like that, right? So notice we don't have an introduction. We don't have anything done. And this is why this is not going to be the tool for you if you want to do one-click article writers and then it just did all the work for us. Right now, we're trying a different approach. We're going to come in here and we're going to, right off the bat, come over here to the training material. Notice we have training material. It's going to grab some automatically, I believe. And then you'll see right over here, we have all this, but I like Sales Blink from AppSumo right over here, but I'm going to go ahead and start off by removing all of these. So we're going to remove, and just to be certain that we've got the right URLs, I'm going to just remove all of those, right? I don't want all those because I'm going to go over here to Sales Blink. I'm going to copy this one right over here and come back into Reword and see it takes a little bit of setup. I'm going to go ahead and enter that. I'm going to go back over here and maybe we go into reviews right here and use this copy. And maybe we want to use that as a URL source as well. So I'm going to go ahead and enter another URL right here, enter that as well. So we have those two and it's searching. You can see the wheels are working. But then now what I want to do, and this is important, I'm going to add this PDF right over here. And I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to grab the PDF right over there. It's going to upload the PDF for us. So right here, you can see that if the wheel is still spinning, that means it's still thinking and processing through your URL and your PDF. And so you're going to want to make sure that this is completed and has a green check mark before we move to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and just pause. Perfect. So this is what it should look like. It did sit there. And so what I ended up doing was just push the refresh button up here and then everything was good to go. So now we have full control over the information we're feeding Reword in order to write our article. And that's one of my number one favorite reasons to use this tool. We can essentially use it like we use Claude or ChatGPT, upload our information, our PDF that's full of information that we got from whatever source you want. And then make sure it's a trusted source and make sure that it goes along with your brand voice and so forth. And then also a lot of the information, of course, I'm going to trust it on AppSumo because they have this deal going. They have a full page. They have the most information about the tool because they're working one-on-one with the tool and so forth. Next, we can come over here. We'll go right back up here to the research section. And this is where we're going to spend most of your time. So right over here, we're going to... So you can see right over here, I just went and I typed in intro and for introduction. You can also click over here and push the tab button and say, write an introduction for me as well. So I'm just going to look through here. Obviously, I'm not going to use this one because it starts with in the ever evolving world of sales and marketing. Or we definitely don't want to use that. That definitely screams AI is writing this. So we're going to come through over here. SalesLink positions itself as a comprehensive solution for sales teams, offering a suite of features aimed at making cold email outreach more efficient and effective. It promises to automate the tedious aspects of the process, allowing sales professionals to focus on what they do best, closing deals. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to go and open up. That's our introduction right there, just right to the point. And then we'll just say something like, in this review article, we will, and then I just push tab and I'm going to say continue writing this section. So I'm going to go ahead and just push that right there. So in this review article, we will take a closer look at some of these features, evaluate the effectiveness, and tell you what you can realistically expect from using Sales Blink right there. And so you can see right over here, Blink GPT. So it's writing right over here. I want to stop this right over here. So I don't know why it kept writing right there, but I'm going to go ahead and just come up here and just remove that because I just wanted it to finish writing our sentence right there. So we're ready to rock and roll. So then right over here, so we have a formula, what I would like to get into. Right over here, what I'm going to get into, I'm going to go back up here. And right over here, I'm just going to start up here. What subheadings matter to my readers? So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And then it's going to introduction. We already did that. So key features. We have efficiency, Sales Blink, pros and cons. So I'm going to go key features. We're going to start off with the key features right over here. And then we have that subheading right over here. So then I'm going to left click, or actually I can highlight this. So you can see that we are getting into the way that, and I think it's this button right here. I'm not really sure. There's a comment. You can also work with your team members. I believe it's right there. That's going to highlight this and it's going to say, continue writing this section right over here. So actually what we need to do is I pushed escape right there. And that's important right there in order for you to learn how to use the software. So we highlighted that, right? But what I really need to do is come back over here. I need to add this back over here. And then I need to actually copy this and then go underneath right over here and push return. And then I'm going to paste right there. And then this is where I'll go ahead and highlight and then say to continue writing this section. Okay. Because it's going to keep our subheading that way. There's a couple little things you need to, nuances and so forth that you need to learn in order to use the software properly. But as you can see, this is where we were at a few years ago. But I believe that where AI writing in a sense, bear with me, but where we were at a few years ago before ChatGPT and the one-click writers and so forth was, this is where we need to go back to, is putting more time into the actual writing process with using AI and not just doing a one-click, just busting out a 3,000-word article and we don't even know what it said, and we have to reverse engineer it and then go edit the crap out of it. Right here, we're able to come through here and actually control the writing right over here. So in addition, Salzman applauds the need for a unified inbox. It did write quite a bit on that. As I believe we can go and highlight all this, and then we can open up the box again, and we can say, I'm going to say right here, I'm going to say shorten this text. And just to go and double check, it's only going to accelerate with Blink GPT AI. So they definitely have two companies, SalesBlink and Blink GPT. So that's why it's talking about that. So we said for it to shorten it, and it shortened it a lot right there. So I really like that. And then we can also come in here if we want, and we can, I believe I need to come back over here and we need to control the voice. And I'm not sure if we automatically had that or not, but you'll go to co-writer up here before you start writing. And I was writing this not in my voice. And now we went in here and we selected the LearnWire voice. I went ahead and selected that. So what you would do is you'd actually come up here and you would just highlight this, and then you would click the magic button and you would say rephrase in my voice. And now it's going to go and rephrase all this in the LearnWire voice. So like things like this, I talk like this. So with this bad boy, each of your emails gets an individualized touch with capabilities to append attachments and dodge blah, blah, blah. So little phrases like that with this bad boy, AI usually does not talk like that. And so that is it talking in my voice, which is super cool. This is a pretty big paragraph. So I actually would come in here and return right there, and probably come in here and do a return right there as well. All right. So then we would just add some more content. We'll probably go with pros and cons right here. And then what I would do is I actually will copy this, and notice the technique here. I'm going to push return. I'm going to paste again. I'm going to highlight this, push the magic button, and then I'm going to make a table for this section. So we're going to do a pros and cons table right here. So our co-writer in our voice is going to go out there and do a pros and cons based on the article sources that we have told it. And this is, again, one of the coolest parts about this. So let's see what it's got. So we've got a pros and cons list. Pros, it's equipped with Blink GPT AI. SalesBlink offers personalized cold emails. The email warm-up feature is something that really gets me excited. It's talking in first person right here. It's like a workout for your emails, getting them ready for the main event, the result, improved deliverability, and so forth. The tracking features, something I don't think I could live without now, blah, blah, blah. Last but definitely not least, the meeting scheduler, blah, blah, blah. And then cons, while the tool is impressive with its AI-driven functions, you might initially find it a bit intimidating, especially if you're new to AI tools. Some users have reported that the rotating email address feature can be a hit and miss. So it gathered this information from reviews and so forth. So super cool. Customizable dashboards. The only real sticky point I found is the learning curve. So right there. So we've got this nice pros and cons list right over here. Then we're going to go ahead and now we can just push the tab button if we want. The tab button is just the quick magic feature, or quick prompts feature, if you will. And then I'm going to just say over here, make a pricing table for the AppSumo lifetime deal pricing tiers, something like that. So now it's going to go out there and make a table for us, again, about pricing. All right, perfect. So it did add this in. I double checked the price. The price is good, but you always want to check with these tables right over here on the really technical numbers stuff, because the pricing is right, but then personalized cold emails, email warm up, 5,000 emails a month. I think that part might be wrong. So emails per month, where's the warm up, unlimited warm up 25. So it didn't really take and put all this into a table, but this is 2,000 emails per month. So we'll just come back over here and I'm just going to say 2,000. You get email warm up on all of them. Then I'd come over here and the next one was 4,000 and then 22,000. So we'd go 4,000 and then 22. All right. So those are things that you need to do those things. If you want to rank your articles on Google, you need the factual information, but look how easy that was. Now what I want to do is also, now I want to say, add one more pricing section that talks about going up to tier, or just saying about, here is the info, and then I'll paste that in and push enter. So then now I just gave it information, gave it a prompt, and then it should be able to talk about that final, if you stack 10 codes. So tier 10, so we'll just actually say, it's actually, I'm just going to go over here, fix this, 10 code stack, and then we'll add that as paragraph right there. So it includes all features from previous tiers, all existing and feature integrations, and then this 22,000 Blink GPT. Oh, I need to fix that one. This one is actually 6,000. 6,000, and then the 22,000 right there, 55 Blink warm up, 275 right there. So we've reported on everything that we would want to put in there. Okay. So now we've got all the information. We've got the pricing. We've got the pros and cons. We've got a deeper look in the features. And then now we need to get into maybe more opinionated stuff over here. And right over here, I'll just say ease of use. You can see how fast it is. Ease of use, boom. And you can read along with this. It still has me in first person. Anything that helps streamline your work and keep you organized without requiring a PhD in tech know-how is a win in my book. Wouldn't you agree? Now let's be real here, folks. We've all had our fair share of frustrating software experiences, blah, blah, blah. So it's really going in. It's doing a lot. I'd like to be able to control how much content it's writing right there. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all this. And then I'm going to say shorten this section with only the important info and no fluff. Boom. I believe that this is the necessary way that we need to be using these AI tools going forward, is that we just wrote that big old giant paragraph. I didn't like it. It was fluffy. It was way too much information to say if the ease of use is good or not. And this is really what Google and users are looking for. In a nutshell, SalesBlink offers efficiency, usability, and tremendous boost to your cold email campaigns. The impact this could have on your work is game-changing, exciting times ahead with SalesBlink, folks. So overall, just getting into just a couple sentences here is better than that massive paragraph that it just produced for us, okay? So we would go with that. We would probably go with the performance and speed. Possibly, I'm not sure what it's going to be able to say about this right over here, but we'll go ahead and just see what it can actually say, because I don't really know if there was any information on the resources that I gave it for it to be able to do this. Yeah, it's not really calling out any other competitors. So I'm not really sure we would need to. I'm going to actually take this one out, because if we don't have any information to give about the other ones in our resources section or citation or training material section, then we can't really answer that, right? So I'm not going to add that in. And that's the way we need to be thinking about our content going forward if we want it to rank. We can't be putting in information there. That's what's going to get you, you're going to be hit by the algorithm. But for putting information on your site that you really can't verify, or that you're just putting gibberish in there, if that makes sense. So I'm going to add in SalesBlink impact on, I'm just going to add my own right over here. I'm going to say what real users are saying SalesBlink. And I'm going to go ahead and just highlight that. And I'm going to make it an H2, obviously. I'm going to copy that. Like I said, place it under here. I don't know any other better way to do that part. And I'm just going to go ahead and say to continue writing this section right over here. And we'll see what it comes up with. All right, so I didn't actually add the score. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go ahead and just put tab, and I'm going to say, what was AppSumo's rating of the product? Something like that. I believe that I do have that on my sheet. So right here, you'll see I've asked it a couple different times. It is not able to provide the scores, even though in my training material, I put right over here, currently AppSumo customers give this a 4.6 out of 5. And then I rate it as well. So it wasn't able to pull that out. So it's not perfect, but we can still come through here and fix that, because we can come over here. We can go like this. We can say tab, and we can say use the following info to write a section for customer rating. And there's the info. Enter. I'm going to see if it'll actually do it. And it did it right here. A staggering 355 customers have put their voices around 4.6 out of 5. And so you can see right over here. So we can go ahead and just bold that right there. And then we can also bold what AppSumo rating is as well. And then what we could do is just create this and say right here, And then we can go and make this an H2 as well. So you can see right over here, and we've highlighted what AppSumo says, what LearnWire says right over here. And then we can go and we're about ready to wrap this up. Make a straight to the point conclusion with 3 sentences. Boom. And it's done. So we can come over here and we can say wrapping it up, and we can put our H2 on that. So then now we have how many words? We have a 1,400 word article. Yes, did this take a little bit more time than the one-click article writers? Yes, but we read through every step of the way. We feel good about what we wrote here and what we've got. We just need to add a couple. We have a couple really good, useful tables. We would just need to add a couple of images and publish this on our site. I'll do that. I'm not going to make you sit through me publishing it on my site, but we will go and publish this and see if we can get round number 2 ranked. I'm going to also go and take this. I thought I would have time, but I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. But next, what I would do is go and take this and then put it through Grammarly. Let's go ahead and fix our grammar mistakes and so forth. We can go and do a quick copy and just see what this says in Hemingway. I'm not going to do my full AI testing on this one, but we've got a grade 8 right here. That is amazing, right? We just wrote a 1,400 word article with this AI software, and we've got a grade 8 right out of the box and you just saw this without me going to Grammarly or anything, and we're already running a grade 8. Super cool. So I'm really liking this software. What do you guys think below? Obviously there's a link below, and you can go and start your free trial to Reword, and hoping you sign up. This is probably looking like this is one of the tools I'm going to be using going forward. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.